Ruth. I'm so glad that you are here. I can't wait to see what we can get done together. We've already reviewed confidentiality and the ethics that I'm being held to in our work together. And again, my name is Arianna, and we can use this space and this time for whatever you want to work on. This is for you, this is your time. And so we will use it however you'd like to. Okay, so what brings you in today?
Well, ever since about a year ago, I've just been struggling just with some increase of depression and anxiety. I was diagnosed with those a few years ago. It just feels like with everything in the world, just feels really hard to be a person right now.
Okay, so you're experiencing some depression, some anxiety. What does that look like for you?
So I feel like it's a big whiplash, and I'm just exhausted because I'll have days where I just don't feel like doing anything. And then the anxiety creeps up, and I just feel so overwhelmed and behind in everything. And it just feels like I can't win for losing. If I'm doing things, I'm anxious about all that I'm not doing. If I'm not doing things, I'm just so stressed out all the time.
Well, you're definitely very self-aware, so that's a great strength that you have, because the first step is noticing that, there's something in your life you're unhappy with.
So are you sure it's a strength?
Oh, that is definitely a strength. There's a lot of people who go about their lives living that way and they're fine with it, and they don't notice that maybe they could be more progressive and they could be making more progress if they were recognizing that, their behaviors are not maybe contributing to their health or their success. So how would you say is your status of health and success right now?
My ideal or my current?
I would say, what does your ideal look like?
Well, I'd like to actually hold down a job. That's been difficult lately. I got let go because of COVID, and then I just feel like when I try to start something new, I don't feel like I'm good at anything. So I feel like I can't stick to it, and then I have to spend a couple days in bed because I just don't like myself anymore. And then I get anxious and try to be motivated to go out and do more, but yeah, that's where I am right now.
It almost seems like it cycles on top of itself, and it just kind of makes itself worse if you don't.
That's why I feel trapped, I feel trapped inside myself.
So what would you like for things to be like? You did mention that you would like to be able to work somewhere that you feel good about and stay there. What else?
I'd like to have a closer relationship with my family. I feel like that's kind of gone by the wayside. I don't really talk to them, even though I should.
Okay. Who do you have in your family?
I consider my family my mom and my sister. We used to be really close, but I find it hard to talk to them because they don't really get what I'm going through.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be hard to understand for others who aren't experiencing the same issues as you.
We kind of all went through this big thing together, and they're fine, and I just feel like I could never move forward,
So it feels like you seem to have experienced that situation differently than them.
Yeah, and that's hard because there's a lot of judgment from them, and then a lot of self-judgment too. So I feel like it breaks down the only real support system I have.
Right. Do you have other people you talk to or see?
Not really. I mean, a few people try to check in, but there's a lot of effort that goes into explaining why my life fell apart.
Okay. So you're feeling like your life has fallen apart at this point.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to need to pick up the pieces. What is something that you do that you feel good about?
I'm real into makeup.
Okay.
And I have the energy to do it.
Okay. What do you like to do for makeup?
Well, I follow a lot of YouTube channels. And I think they just came out with a new technique for eyeliner where they use neon colors and glitter, and you can put rhinestones on. So I really like it's almost like you're putting a character on at that point. You don't have to be yourself anymore.
How often are you able to indulge in that and actually feel good about it?
I watch the videos a lot more than I feel like up to actually doing it, but I try to do it like probably once a week or so.
Once a week, that's pretty awesome. What do you think about maybe trying to do it twice a week?
I think I could try.
Okay, and what about it makes you feel good? What do you like about it?
Well, I just feel like you're working on making yourself better in that moment, and you're not focused so much on what's happening to you, but you're taking, the initiative.
Wow, so it's kind of symbolic for your own life that you're actually taking steps to make things better, which is awesome because, you could be doing nothing about it or doing it 0 times a week. So you're already making moves. That's awesome. What about your current work situation? What's it looking like?
So I pick up some shifts. I worked at a pet clinic, but like I said, I got fired from that during COVID. They had to let a lot of people go, but I had always kind of worked in and out of Walmart, so I just been picking up the shifts that no one else wants. But
so you're picking up shifts at Walmart, so that's good. And how often are you able to do that?
It kind of ebbs and flows on their work schedule, so I kind of just feel like I always have to be able to say yes, which is annoying. So I'd like to change that, but I probably work most weekends and a couple days during the week.
Okay, so what would it take for you to say no?
Well, I kind of need it for income.
Yeah. Do you ever get shifts that you don't want?
Yes, all the time, because I just have to take what they give me. So
Right.
many people, need jobs right now. I don't get to be picky.
Well, I'm glad to see that you do have a location that you can work and that you are picking up shifts when you get the opportunity. Tell me about your self-care techniques.
Well, I guess when I'm tired, I sleep, and when I'm hungry, I eat.
That's good.
Yeah,
So you're listening to your body.
Yeah, I feel like because I have no one else, I'm all I've got most days, so I do feel motivated to at least do those things.
Okay, and when you say that you're all you've got, what do you mean by that?
Well, I just feel like nobody cares about me anymore.
I'm really sorry that you feel that way. I know that you have at least a mom and a sister who are there, that even if they may not understand what you're going through, they are there. So what's it like when you do reach out?
Oh, they just want to know why I haven't done more, and they always make me feel guilty for not reaching out sooner, but...
Well, that sounds discouraging more than anything else. So maybe they're not great supports for you. So who would you say is a supportive connection that you have, if any?
My boyfriend and I both broke up about 2 months ago. He was my main support, so...
That's hard.
Yeah.
So how has that been for you?
It's kind of just turned up the volume on the self-hatred thoughts that no one will ever love or care about me ever again.
Okay. Well, first of all, I know for a fact that that's not true because I care about you, and I can see that you want to make change, you want to have progress. That is a major strength in any clients that I see. If they know what they want and they can identify what they want to change, then that gives me something to work with. And so, what do you think about looking around for other jobs?
I mean, do you think anyone will want to hire me?
Oh, I definitely think so. If you're picking up shifts, you're agreeing, and you have a sense that you don't want to say no to them, that means that you're committed and that you're responsible. I would hire you. For sure. Do you have anything in mind?
I mean, I used to work with animals, and that really helped. So maybe I could look for something like that.
Right. Do you think you can do that?
could try.
Okay, how do you do that?
I'm just using Indeed usually.
Yep,
Yeah.
that sounds great. Do you think you might be able to locate one or two places and tell me about it next time?
Yeah, I could try.
Okay, that would be great. I'm looking forward to hearing about what you find. And you said that makeup can sometimes bring you joy, so we're looking to try to do more of that in our life.
If I can't find a job by next session, are you going to be upset with me? I can't disappoint another person. I just can't.
You know, I will not judge you, and I do not expect anything of you. I only expect that you will try your best to take care of yourself, and I would also say that what you think of yourself is the most important, which you probably know because, like you said, well, actually, you said that you hate yourself and you feel that you're worthless. And is that something that you feel you could change?
I don't know.
Yeah, because we don't know until we try, right?
Yeah.
So.
Trying seems hard.
Yes, trying is hard. What is something that you can do that would be trying to be nicer to yourself?
I think maybe if I went outside a little more.
Going outside?
Yeah.
Why?
I just feel like it's easy to do, and it always makes me feel a little bit better.
Okay, what can you do when you go outside?
It's dumb.
I doubt it.
It's dumb.
If it makes you feel good, it's not dumb.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Like the bird watch.
Oh, watching birds. So do you have binoculars?
I do.
You do? Do you have like identification books for like identifying birds?
It's something me and my brother used to do together.
Do you know any bird calls?
I can't do them.
Let me see.
But I can identify them.
What about caw-caw, caw-caw? It's a crow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a great coping skill, and if it's something that makes you feel better about yourself, like we said earlier with the makeup, and now you have going outside, we've got a list now of things that you can do that will help you feel a little better.
Yeah, and they don't sound too hard. It sounds like things I already know how to do.
That's awesome. I'm proud of you already just for being able to identify those, because that's the first step in being able to practice them, okay? And so other than work, and let's talk about self-image. You like to improve your self-image by, tell me about how you feel before you put the makeup on and after you put the makeup on.
Before, I guess I really don't, how I feel inside kind of leaks to the outside. I just I don't know. I don't really, other than not liking myself, I don't think too much. And then when I put the makeup on, I feel like I'm someone else, and I can appreciate what's there, the art that's there. And I don't have to be involved in it on like a personal level.
So you appreciate the art. And who made that art?
I guess I did.
So you can appreciate your art. Is that a strength that you have?
I guess I've never thought about it that way, but I do.
I don't know many people who can do great makeup. That's a very impressive skill right there. And if it makes you feel better about yourself, well, do you think you can do it more?
Yeah, I think I can try.
Okay, good. Yeah, we have a few things that we can try. Tell me about the last interaction you had with your mom.
I was asking me to come over after I had already worked at Walmart, like a night shift. And at first it just, started off She says she starts off neutral, but I just feel a lot of hostility in her voice even when she's not loud yet. And then she just kind of escalates. So a lot of time I would just rather avoid it altogether because I'm not about that.
Okay, what do you mean when she gets loud?
Well, like I said, it starts off just like with little nitpicky comments about how I don't work a real job, so I shouldn't, be stressed all the time. Just little things like that just get under your skin. And if I don't respond to that, she just gets louder and louder until she's screaming.
Okay, that doesn't sound like it's very helpful.
No.
A very helpful relationship for you.
That's why I just kind of try to avoid it, but then she pulls a guilt trip saying she's my mom, and, we already lost my brother, so
wow.
She thinks that should bind us together closer, but if I'm going to be yelled at, what's the point of having a mom,
She's really putting a lot of pressure and guilt on you for what happened.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it is my fault, so I guess I deserve it.
What makes you think that?
Well, I mean, I guess he's my baby brother. I should have been able to protect him. And
were you driving?
He was driving, but we were arguing about something stupid that I can't even remember. And he didn't see the car pull out in front of us, so.
Did you ask the car to pull out in front of you?
No.
Did you crash the car on purpose?
I guess not, if you say it like that. I just feel like I should have been better while he was still here, because now I don't have that opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's pretty normal for people to reflect back, once we have lost that person and think about how things could have, should have, would have been.
Yeah.
And of course we can't go back. We can only go forwards. And you mentioned ways that you do bring him and keep him in your life and honor his memory. Are there other people that you share his memory with who are less hurtful?
Yeah, I mean, my sister and I, especially when it first happened, we became even closer. I guess the real hiccup in our relationship is she's kind of moved on, and I just don't see a way to. So I just don't want to bring her back down to a place of sadness and depression if she's moved on and I haven't.
Okay, what makes you think that it would bring her down for you to speak with her about how you feel?
Well, I guess it's just like because we were so there together, we took turns sleeping at each other's places, so we weren't alone the first couple months. But then she slowly moved on. She has a relationship. Mine fell apart. She's gotten her dream job. She's about to buy a house. She's just making all these strides, and I'm still where both of them left me.
Yeah, I can definitely hear why you feel like they've moved on, and you're sort of everything, like you said, fell apart.
And I think I should come to you and that this will fix something. So.
Well, I sure am glad that you're here, because even if I don't fix you, hopefully we can at least make some progress in the right direction and get you feeling better, because how you feel is really important, and it impacts everything about you, your physical health, your mental health, your satisfaction in life, which to me right now, to be honest with you, it sounds pretty low. It sounds like you're having a pretty hard time, and I would say that's very understandable considering all the circumstances that you're going through, and having a lack of that support system is very, very challenging. That's one of the main ways that we do get past things, as you can see with your sister and in her relationship. What was your relationship like with your ex?
Just towards the end, I think he got fed up with having to, he said, do everything for me. When someone's depressed, they're not taking the trash out and doing the dishes.
That's right. It's very difficult to do those things when you're depressed. it's a medical condition.
He was supportive for the first few weeks, but just like everyone in my life, they think I should be able to snap out of it.
Okay, so how would you compare things? What were things like when your brother was still here?
Life was still hard. It's always hard, but I felt much more supportive, and I felt like my life was going somewhere. I felt like I had goals and was making strides towards that.
Okay, I want to talk more about that. What was your relationship with your brother like?
We picked at each other, but it was all in good fun.
Okay.
Like I said, he was younger than me, so I always felt like it was my job to put him in his place, but also not let anyone else hurt him.
Okay, did he give you so he kind of gave you a sense of purpose in a way to oversee things, and would you say that you could go to him for support?
Yeah, he was, no matter what I did or said, he was always willing to put it behind us and just laugh or listen to music together. He wasn't big for talking about stuff like we're doing, but
right. Well, it sounds like you've suffered a huge loss in your life, and he must have left a pretty big hole for you.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like that hole's gonna suck me down too.
We're gonna fight it together, and we're gonna get you out of this hole. And well, you're gonna get you out of this hole, but I'm gonna help you do it, okay? Because I can't do it for you. So, what were things that you used to do that you don't do anymore?
I was going to college right around the time the car accident happened. That's why I was working towards something,
What happened with it?
It just got overwhelming. I think part of me didn't want to see an end to the grief because then he would be gone too. So I think maybe that's why I've kind of wallowed in it a little bit.
Okay. That's understandable. I mean, we don't control how we react to these situations until they actually happen to us. So it sounds like you were able to have the insight to take the time off when you needed it, and that's a strength in itself too. So, that's a way of you caring for yourself and doing what you need to do to get through this, which is, I think, exactly what you have been doing. So that's a lot of purpose in itself, just to climb out of this hole that you're in. Granted, not everyone understands or is helping you, but you're here. So that's making a statement for yourself that you care, and believe it or not, it means you care about yourself.
Yeah.
So we're gonna look into new employment opportunities. Do you have people at work that you relate to?
I have this little old lady. Her name's Janet. She can't do a lot of the job, so when we work together, I try to take the heavy lifting from her. But she gives me a hard time, but I know it's because she likes me.
Oh, that's nice of you. That sounds like a positive relationship interaction that you have.
Yeah.
I saw the smile on your face when you talked about it. So do you like, or what is it, how do you feel helping other people?
It takes my mind off my own problems for a little while, and I feel like if I can help other people feel better than what I feel, then it all means something.
That's very conscientious and brave of you. You're clearly a very compassionate and empathetic person, so I think that's really special, and you definitely have a lot to offer. Why don't you tell me some recurring thoughts that you have that you wish you didn't have?
I don't want to get locked up or anything, because I've never done anything.
Well, you don't have to worry, because everything we talk about is confidential. The only time I have to share your information would be if you disclose an imminent risk. So if you have a plan and you're planning to do something right this moment.
No plan. Like I said, I just feel like the world would be better without me in it most of the time.
Okay.
Just want to go to sleep and never wake up.
I understand the way that, I mean, why would you? You know, you wake up and your brother's not here, your mom, obviously you can't go to her for support, so, I mean, it seems to me that it's understandable you feel so alone and, you know, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, we have talked about what the point is, because you are able to increase your self-esteem when you use your makeup, and you are putting an effort to work, and you are open to ideas of other work possibilities. And so I'm really excited about the progress that I think you're going to make, and you know what you have already been able to do on your own without professional help.
Yeah.
And so if we work together, I know for sure that you'll be feeling a lot better soon.
That's what I want.
That's awesome.
Do you have anything that helps in the moment when I don't see a purpose? Like when we're sitting here talking and you point it out to me, it's helpful. But when I'm, you know, in the middle of the night when you just want it all over, do you have anything that fixes that?
So you told me that there are some things that you have done in the past that helped you with going outside, bird watching, can't do that at night, putting on makeup and may not have the energy to do that. What is something that you could do, or how do you feel about exercise?
It's mostly been a positive thing in my life.
What kind of exercise have you done?
Do a lot of like stretches and yoga, some Pilates if I'm feeling up to it.
Yeah, how do you feel after you do that?
I feel like I can actually rest. I feel like I deserve to rest after that.
That's awesome. Hey, you deserve something. Listen to that. Listen to you. Improvements already. Talking about self-care. The nice thing about stretching, you can do it in bed and you can do it anytime. What do you think about that? Do you think that's something that you could try?
I think I could try it, because maybe then I wouldn't feel so hopeless if I had something to do.
Because even if you're laying in bed, just lift your leg, drop your leg, lift the other leg, drop the leg. That right there, that's moving your body. It's stimulation, and it will bring some of those good chemicals that just might get you either to sleep or out of bed if that's what you're hoping for.
I could try that.
That sounds good. Okay, I'm going to be asking you next time and see if it works. Do you have safe spaces at home that are sort of automatic boosters for you?
What would be in a safe space?
Well, do you like to cook?
I used to. Now I just kind of eat microwave meals.
Okay. What about? Oh, you told me you like to listen to music. What do you think about that? Doing that at night or in the moment? Is that something you could do?
Yeah, because there's like a clear end, so I just have to survive the 3 minutes, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. You could stretch, listen to music, and you may be in a different frame of mind, you know, just that fast, and that's what will initiate the long-term change. But I just want to focus on small things now, just like you said. What can I do in the moment while we gain some momentum here in our work and in improving your health and getting you back feeling like your life's not falling apart? Okay.
Maybe stop listening to Black Sabbath though, because that's a little intense.
Well, you know, if it works for you and it makes you feel better and it stimulates your brain, then I would say try it. It's worth trying. Okay, so we're going to look around for job opportunities, and we're going to be stretching whenever we get the chance. We're going to go outside and watch birds.
All those feel like achievable things. Like they don't feel too big if I just take one at a time.
And that's all you can do is one thing at a time. You can only, you know, do as much as you can do. I don't expect you to get a job and have this and have that and a whole new network of friends by the next time I see you. I just hope that maybe in the moment you can find some peace by using the skills that you already have. like listening to music or going outside and stretching.
Yeah. Coming in, I didn't think I had any skills, so.
Look at that.
Guess I'm
You've
leaving
got a
it
whole
more.
box of them.
I
And
guess so.
You had those already. Yep.
So I guess you're not gonna fix anything. It's just helping me see what's already there.
Well, there's nothing to be fixed. You can't fix something that's not broken, right? You may have experienced a significant loss, which has really transformed your life into this new thing that you're dealing with, but you're dealing with it, and you're dealing with it every day, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay? So when I see you again, we're gonna talk about what worked for you, and we're gonna keep doing that, and whatever didn't work, we'll talk about that, and maybe how we can do something different than that. Okay? Okay. So how about every 2 weeks do you want to start? Weekly?
I
What
think
would
at
you
first I
prefer?
could do weekly.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
do weekly to start, and
Yeah.
we'll see how you're doing a week from now. And I'm really looking forward to it. It was wonderful meeting you. You're very bright, and you have a lot to offer, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see you next time.
Okay.